Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for. Yeah, so today we are going to talk about Biya's long reign and how he has affected the youth of Cameroon and the youth of southern Cameroon and Bazonia. Okay, we have seen his reign for 42 years. We have seen as a dictatorship regime, he has made himself the king, and you have seen that his ascent to power in 1982 marked the beginning of a long and controversial reign, and this is characterized by his authoritarianism, his stifling of political dissent, and his dictatorship system where you have widespread corruption, embezzlement of state funds, and all this lack of accountability that has put that country where it is today. Thanks to Pobia and his CPGM regime that have made that economy to be stagnated, then social inequality, tribalism, and currently we have now the Amazonian crisis going on. But when you look at the start of the crisis in 2016, you can tell that the people of Southern Cameroon had enough of Biya's radical system. Okay, and he knew that he wanted to maintain power. So the only thing he can do is to send his military to continue his crackdown, his heavy-handedness of the crisis, and that his poor management of everything has that led to this current crisis that we have today. So it is a long thing of mismanagement that has culminated to the crisis as we speak. So today, where we are today is as a result of lack of the Biya's regime to resolve the problem.
By now,
because they have really added to the to the fire that has led to what is happening today in that country, going from economic crisis to socio-political marginalization, tribalism, and so on and so forth, is part of what the regime has made that country to be today. Okay, and they have to own it. Okay, they have to own it. We know there is a lot of speculation of an uprising or a civil war or whatever you call it. That's it, because most countries have gone through that. So Cameroon will not civil war, just to make sure that things go on well there. But Amazonian have the opportunity, since it's up to Amazonia to decide if they want to continue in that quagmire of political failure, or they want to take their future into their own hands, irrespective of whatever happens there. Amazonians have started showing their resilience, okay, and they believe that with the ongoing crisis, you understand that anything that will hinder a smooth, free, fair election in that country will be the start of the new civil war. Okay, will be the start of the civil war there. So, the only mistake, irrespective of whatever, the start of the new. irrespective of what the regime barons are doing there, trying to keep the power Biya, so that for trying to save face with longevity of service, trying to keep Biya there for some time. I don't see it helping the regime, because the regime has a lot of work to do, especially if they want to consolidate power. First of all, the Anglophone crisis is there going on. If they cannot resolve the Anglophone crisis, the Ambazonian crisis, it will be difficult for them to do anything. Okay, and most political analysts have speculated. Okay, take a listen to this.
Of Cameroon. He's been in power for over 4 decades. That's longer than most marriages. He's 92 years old, making him one of the world's oldest leaders. But his long reign is a paradox. Cameroon has a history of young leaders taking charge. Biya himself was a young gun once. He was just 49 when he became president back in 1982. Something doesn't add up. Cameroon gained independence in the early 1960s. Since then, they've only had 2 presidents. Biya is the second. He followed in the footsteps of Ahmadou Ahidjo. Ahidjo became prime minister at 36. Even before independence, young Cameroonians were stepping up. Rubenum Niobe, Ernest Ouandi, Felix Roland Mumi. These guys were fighting for freedom in their youth. So what happened? How did Cameroon go from a nation of young leaders to a country ruled by a nonagenarian? It's a tale of power, control, and a whole lot of side-eyeing. Stay tuned. We'll unpack it all right after this. Here's a fun fact. Biya wasn't always ancient. Shocking, right? Back in the day, he was a young buck himself. He held several government positions in his 20s and 30s. He even became prime minister at the ripe old age of 42. And it wasn't just him. Cameroon has a history of young leaders. André-Marie Mbida became prime minister at 40. Charles Assail took the reins at 49. John Ngu Foncha was 43 when he became prime minister.
Il dort. 14 heures, il repasse à donne-moi une. Devant tous les ministères où on travaille, il y a au moins 50 bars. Comment les gens vont réfléchir? Si quelqu'un signe un dossier, il sort, il s'assoit 2 heures au bar. Il bavarde là-bas, il revient. Il revient, il reste 30 minutes, il part encore, il mange 3 poissons braisés. Il revient au bureau, il dort, il se souffle, il dort. 14 heures, il repasse là-bas, il boit encore 3 bières, il revient à 16 heures, il ferme le bureau, il rentre. Quel pays peut avancer comme ça? Lequel pays peut avancer comme ça? Quel pays peut avancer comme ça? Je vous demande. Je dis que moi-même, là, on me donne le Cameroun et puis je diriger. Première décision officielle, fermeture des bars. Première décision. C'est-à-dire que mon décret, le premier décret que je signe, fermeture des bars et des églises réveillées. C'est quoi ça? Dès qu'on finit ça, après on plonge au Cameroun dans une réflexion monumentale de 1 an. C'est-à-dire que les gens d'abord c'est-à-dire qu'on laisse les Camerounais 1 an se dessouler. Se dessouler 1 an. chacun se dessoule d'abord parce que tu as l'impression que tout le monde est sous au Cameroun. Dès que tu arrives au Cameroun,
Peuple abruti, jeunesse inconscient, vous les Camerounais là, venez ici. Regardez ça. Ça, c'est une batte dentifrice et une brosse en dents. Venez pour que je puisse nettoyer votre intelligence, pour que ce soit propre, pour que vous raisonnez normal, étant que des êtres humains. Une jeunesse qui a toute sa faculté normale. Comment vous pouvez accepter une personne comme Paul Biya, après 43 ans de règne, 6 ans étant que Premier ministre dans le gouvernement d'Aïdjo, on arrondit à 50 ans. Après 50 ans de règne, Paul Biya va vous promettre quoi? Paul Biya va vous promettre quoi? On est au bout du tunnel. On est au bout du tunnel. Je vais vous expliquer un truc, vous allez comprendre. Vous, la jeunesse camerounaise, vous n'aimez pas le Cameroun. Vous êtes un danger pour le Cameroun. Vous êtes un danger pour le Cameroun. Vous allez comprendre de quoi je parle. Vous se trouvez dans le devoir de faire un putsch à Paul Biya, d'être jugé, d'être emprisonné, pour que celui qui va venir demain.
Yeah, you can see those are just excerpts of the La Republic citizens who are crying foul of what is going on, and very few have risen up. Very few are awakening, trying to understand what is going on. But some are still in the in the dark ages, thinking that manners will come from heaven. Okay, the type of dictatorship that Biya has implanted in Cameroon. He has all forms of dictatorship that has been implanted in the way that the people don't even know what's going on anymore. They don't care about politics. They don't care about their own livelihood. They don't care if how much is added on the commodities, the prices of the goods being added. They don't care because they have been, I don't know whether brainwashed. I don't understand what is going on. But if you look at what is going on today, is the result of the monarchy, the military dictatorship, where people are silent, people are being killed, the personalistic dictatorship, the single party dictatorship. These are the type of party dictatorship that Biya has implanted, where there can be so many parties, but they know it's CPGM that is the only party. Because Biya appoints the senators and parliamentarians. Biya appoints the governors. Biya appoints basically everybody. So at the end of the day, he is the overall monarch. He's the overall monarch of the country, and he decides everything. Okay? That is the kind of dictatorship that Biya has implanted. And he has done that in all forms, all walks of life, in the system where nothing can move without Biya. Okay? That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. And people still don't understand that. Okay?
Ça doit servir de leçon. Qu'on ne blague pas avec le peuple camerounais. Qu'on ne blague pas avec le peuple camerounais. Vous savez pourquoi? Parce que celui qui va venir, si vous ne faisiez pas ça, dans l'envie, étant qu'un être humain, il va vouloir battre le record du Paul Biya. C'est normal, on est tous humains. On a tous envie de battre les records. Et demain, automatiquement, la personne va se retrouver étant qu'un dictateur.
This man is the most wicked man in Africa. In case you don't know him, his name is Paul Biya. That is the president of Cameroon. This man has lasted for 43 years. He became the president of Cameroon in 1982. That was before I was born. As I speak to you, Paul Biya cannot walk well. He is being assisted by many machines and people around him to be able to move from one place to another. He does not think any well. He does not think well. He does not do anything. He just sits there as a machine. He sits there as poster. He sits there like a dead body, but ruling the people of Cameroon. Cameroon people have been suffering. The Cameroonians are not anytime happy. We are complaining here in Nigeria of bad leadership. But I tell you that the people of Cameroon even prefer our leaders to their leaders. Now, this man has no effect, positive effect whatsoever. He's being ruled by the Senate, the bad leaders, just the way we have in Nigeria here. He recently proposed that he's still coming out for the next election. That means he wants to still contest. He is 92 years old. 92 years old. Look at this man. What will a 92-year-old man do on the street? That means by the calculation, he's older than our president. He's the oldest man in the world, the oldest president in the world. That is Paul Biya. Go and check. What exactly has Africans done to you people? What? What have the Africans done to you people, the leaders in Africa, that you are so greedy that you will not let the new generation rule? And the people of Cameroon are just like the people of Nigeria, who do not protest, who do not do anything, because the African societies are full of taking lives of the innocent people.
This is strange. This is not a Cameroonian. It's not a Southern Cameroonian. It's not an Ambazonian guy. These are people from other countries who are witnessing what is happening in Cameroon, and they are not happy. Okay, and you might say it's, but these are people who are not Cameroonians. But the anger, the way that they understand, they are not happy. They are not happy, and you can say what you want, but the reality is really chilling, because you see a country where nothing goes on well, but the politicians are making believe that things are going on well. There's economic crisis. There is the youths are being unemployed. Nothing is going on, and they are okay with that. Okay, and I don't know where accountability is, right? Where you don't hold the leaders accountable. You just say, okay, let them just stay there. Maybe till when thy kingdom come, there will be done on earth. I don't understand what they are doing and how they can really help, in the system, because you cannot just leave somebody there and say, okay, let him just stay there, and okay, let's see how it goes. He keep on telling all the lies that he's doing. 700 kilometers of road. He will try to open vocational schools for the children, for the youths, and so on. All these are things that for 42 years you cannot do it. You cannot do it. So why not step aside for a new person to come and do these things that you cannot do? Okay, you spend time, okay, just stay there because you want to be there, with all these years of wars and spending huge amount of money. I mean, nothing is moving, right? Because all this time that they have been going around spending money on the amount of money they spend on the military in Ambazonia today is way, instead of using that money for something better for the country, they are using it to fight a war, a war that they know that they cannot win. You cannot win that kind of war. They have destroyed the country, because anything you want to do in that country, you have to bribe. Anything to enter even the school that they are talking about, or they open a vocational school, you have to bribe, because ENAM and all these other schools, you have to bribe before you get in. How do you get in the first place if you don't bribe? Everything, to get a passport, you bribe. To to get appointed, you have to bribe to be appointed. Anything you do in that country is now, even to travel, you have to pay almost 40,000 for tax at the airport. Everything. You hear this guy was talking about contracts, right? Wait, I don't understand. A government that has to control contract doesn't know about contract. I don't know the listen to what this guy is saying, because he is saying that they are ministers, right? But they don't know what is happening with contracts. So if they give somebody a contract, he said they give somebody this contract, they pay the person. The government doesn't even follow up those contracts to know if the roads or the bridge or whatever contract is given is being done. That's what this man is saying. And these are the people who have been in power with Paul Biya for all these years.
Quand je prends le problème des marchés au Cameroun, si les efforts financiers ont été faits et que le travail n'a pas été...
Le ministre du Travail et de la Sécurité sociale marque sa part de gêne.
Quand je prends le problème des marchés au Cameroun, si les efforts financiers ont été faits et que le travail n'a pas été conforme et qu'on l'a réceptionné, qui a réceptionné? C'est des Camerounais comme vous et moi. Il y a des gens dans les circuits qui ne font pas leur travail. Quand vous faites une route, le goudron doit avoir 20 cm d'épaisseur. Celui qui construit la route, il met 15 cm. Et celui qui s'en va réceptionner dit « Ok, tout est bon, payez ». On paye. Personne ne dénonce que la route qu'on vient de réceptionner ou qu'on va réceptionner ne respecte pas les caractéristiques.
Durant cet entretien, Grégoire Wona a passé en revue les mots qui mettent en mal la bonne gouvernance. Pour lui, l'heure est grave, il faut vite agir.
La tricherie a envahi le pays. Dernièrement encore, je vais vous dire, et c'est très grave, c'est pour ça qu'il faut le dénoncer pour qu'on en soit bien conscient. Nous faisons une compétition, les Dixiades, qui sont réservées aux jeunes de 15 à 20 ans. C'est clair, c'est la première condition. Mais nous retrouvons des jeunes qui ont plus de 21 ans, 22 ans, 23 ans, qui s'inscrivent, qui se présentent. Il y a un problème. Il y a un problème.
Interrogé sur la corruption, sport favori de certains de ses collègues du gouvernement, il s'en remet à la justice.
On dit couramment que le temps de la justice n'est pas celui du justiciable. Mais je pense que, je voudrais répéter que dans cette lutte, comme dans la lutte de bâtir un État moderne, la justice est un pilier très important et je dirais même fondamental. Il est important qu'on laisse la justice faire son travail.
Ce n'est pas la première fois qu'un membre du gouvernement monte au créneau pour dénoncer la malgouvernance.
It's really pitiful because he is a minister and he's saying that they don't know what to do anymore. Because you cannot be a minister and you don't even know what is happening in the contracts that they give to people. And you don't make arrests because how do you give accountability? So if they said, if you listen to what he just said, they will give this amount of road, this contract to this particular person. Then the person say, okay, they have gone halfway. Then the government just disperse the money. The government does not even go to check if the road has been fixed and the quality of the road. They just pay the money. That's what he said. And this is going on in this is what has been going on for the past years. And there are roads that have been, that if you go on paper, it has been fixed on paper. But if you go physically, it has not been even touched anything. Many of these projects, and that's how corruption has eaten the nooks and crannies of this government of Cameroon. And the Cameroonians don't care. they don't care that money is theirs. This money is your money. It's the taxpayers' money. It's the government of Cameroon. It's the people's money. It's not this minister's money. You have to start asking them for accountability. You have to start asking them for accountability. You cannot just allow them to be doing roller skater with your money. You can't do that. Allow them to be doing roller skater with your money. It doesn't work like that. Think about it. Think about it.
Je vous salue. Je vous salue de la part du chef de l'État, son Excellence Paul Biya. Le président Paul Biya m'a chargé de vous dire qu'il vous aime. Il est fier de vous. Il peut compter sur vous. Vous avez toujours été avec lui. Et sera toujours avec vous. J'ai bien suivi la quintessence de tous les propos qui ont été délivrés aujourd'hui ici à Nome. Je retiens que le président Paul Biya est votre candidat à l'élection présidentielle de 2025.
Haya sasa watu wapo kazini.
Bienvenue ici à l'école publique de Canapété, qui depuis plus de 15 ans n'a jamais eu de salle de classe, mais qui est une école publique. Le premier projet qui a été fait, déjà mettre des troncs. Et il y a une vieille fondation ici.
So what you're about to see is a school that the government has disbursed money, knowing that they have built the school, okay? And if you look at it critically, you see that it's a mud house. It's just a mud house that people put together. But this is a government school. Sometimes I don't understand if the government of Cameroon understand that the waste of the money that they waste, they can be building schools, building roads, building stuffs. The only thing they know now is to open more military camps in Ambazonia, spending money on the military, but their people are suffering. Their people are suffering.
Qui a été faite et qui est déjà en défragmentation. Jusqu'à présent, les élèves s'asseyent sur du bois. Et quand il pleut, c'est vraiment déplorable. Ils ont assez d'espace pour construire des salles de classe. Ils ont même lancé un projet de reboisement. Ici, c'est les fondations des premiers bâtiments qui ont été prévus. Depuis que les murs ont lâché, il n'y a jamais plus rien eu.
It's just pitiful to watch this, how and the government don't care, okay, because once you are an opposition and you're made a member of government, you don't care anymore. You know that you have access to money and you can do whatever you want, and everything is good. Okay, so being a member of government is not to them is to continue the corruption, and nobody will hold you accountable. This is Jean Dede Momo, a guy that was a staunch guy who was an activist. He was a staunch guy who was really standing all when it comes to accountability for the government, when it comes to legal issues. But today, if you listen to what he's saying, he said he has, when he was in the opposition, that he couldn't have money, but now he has money because he's in the government. You see, so the being appointed is not even about you helping the people. It's about you going to take your own. Okay, listen to him.
Vous savez que je suis resté 30 ans dans l'opposition. Vous avez gagné quoi? 30 ans. Rien. Je fais quoi? Je vous ai aidé. Alors que maintenant je peux aider, non? Maintenant, je suis investi du décret présidentiel. Qui me donne le pouvoir par son excellence pour bien de vous aider. Il y a un truc.
Wow, that's a minister of justice. That's a minister of justice saying that corruption is legalized. That's what he's saying. He says that now he has access to funds to in his ministries. They have they allocated amount of money that he can take and use, and that when he was in the government, he couldn't have that access. So being appointed is just for you to continue squandering, continue to usurp the people's tax, the taxpayers' money, and there is no accountability. Okay, that is what is happening, and we only see the weakening of the opposition. The government keep appointing their own people, making sure that the opposition is weakening, but we only ask that for 42 years, if the opposition cannot change their ways, if they only keep doing all ways to think that they can remove that government in power, then they are mistaken. They have to change the way they have been doing things and use the people, because the people power is the people power. We hear that they want to that they're trying to disqualify Kamto. That will be the start of a very, very strong civil disobedience, civil strife during the election season. So I think the Cameroon government should be very careful, because now is a very sensitive time. Whatever they do should be taken with caution, because the ongoing war in Ambazonia has not finished yet, and I don't see them fighting a war on two fronts. So the earlier they can understand this, the better for them. Okay. Thank you for watching. Make sure you share, and those watching on Facebook, I can see those watching on Facebook, and those watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel so that whenever I come on air, you can see me. Okay. Those watching on the other social media pages, make sure you follow the page, please. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed, and God bless you all.
Cameroon is at a crossroads. Biya's grip on power is slowly weakening. He can't cheat Father Time forever. But what happens next? That's the million-dollar question. The country is facing a ton of challenges. There's the separatist conflict in the Anglophone regions. Boko Haram is causing chaos in the north. The opposition is fragmented and struggling to gain traction. And then there's the youth. They're stuck in a system that doesn't offer them much. Unemployment is rampant. Opportunities are scarce. Many feel like they have no choice but to leave the country to seek a better future. Cameroon needs fresh ideas, new energy, and a vision for the future. The youth are the key. They have the passion, the drive, and the numbers to make a difference. But will they be given the chance? The future of Cameroon hangs in the balance. Will it be a peaceful transition of power, or will the country descend?